Hey everyone, Katie Bertrand here. Thanks for joining me. So glad you're here. If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Today I'm going to be talking about stabilizer for embroidery. There are several different kinds of stabilizers. The three main ones that I use is a cutaway tearaway, cutaway, and then a no-show mesh, which is also a cutaway. And what I mean by that is the tearaway, it actually tears just like that. The cutaway, it does not tear. You would have to cut it off the back. And then the no-show method also, but it's really good for lightweight materials, baby items, polo shirts, things of that nature, so it doesn't leave a mark. So I wanted to show you two items and the difference in when you need to use them. I have a knit baby blanket. So anything that has stretch, so this is very stretchy. Polo shirts are knit, they're very stretchy. You would need to use the cutaway. Now I had to trim around this, hence it's called cutaway. So this is the back of the embroidery, but that is to stabilize your stitching so that it doesn't stretch while you're stitching and it doesn't distort the stitching. So it's very important to use the right kinds of stabilizers. So now if I pull on this, like it's not going to stretch where the embroidery is. Now on a beach towel that is a woven, it is not stretchy at all, then we can use the tearaway. And as you can see, that is all ripped off, and the left thumb, just so you can show you, you would just tear it and tear out these pieces. So I just ripped off the big piece and then tear out the insides. So that is the difference between your cutaway and your tearaway stabilizers. And again, I like to use this no-show mesh if you're doing a baby item with like a onesie. I also like to use these on some of the dry wicking polo shirts. They're not as heavy as the piqué, so the no-show mesh stabilizer is really good for that also. So I wanted to show you just quickly how to hoop. These are pre-cut that I order that are 8x8s. You can also get stabilizer on large rolls. I like these because then I can just lay them. They fit on my 4x4 hoop, and I kind of cheat and I just lay them over my 5x7s like this, because 9 times out of 10 it does cover the area. Now if I really need the excess, I'll cut it off my roll to cover that. So on a blanket, let's see, you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth, and I just lay my material. Let me show you, back it up. I'm going to hoop it and then I'll show it to the camera. But you want to make sure that your material is nice and smooth and that your stabilizer is in the back. I did not get that caught very well, so I'm going to have to do it again. So sometimes it's better if you just cut it off the roll, but I really like my pre-cuts, so we'll try it one more time, because it usually will catch right in there just fine. So there we go. Now it's covering, and we're just doing a name, so it's going to cover right over there. And then I have it angled in my corner, and everything is nice and smooth and tight. You don't want to have any wrinkles in here, so just make sure it's all smooth. And if you need to, you can take your material and kind of pull it a little bit, out, but be careful pulling too much because you might pop the hoop off and then you'll have to rehoop it. The other thing you might need to do is tighten up the screw right here. Make sure that this is where you can't turn this anymore, so just keep that nice and tight. So again, I'm using the cutaway stabilizer because my material is stretchy and it is a knit, and so that will make sure that my stitching looks perfect. So it is very important that you use the correct stabilizers when you are doing machine embroidery. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. I'll link some places that I order my stabilizers from and threads in the description above. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and happy embroidery.